I'm not ashamed to say this, but I think I can classify myself as a Whitebeard stan. Yeah, I can say that. And the thing is, it's not that hard to be a Whitebeard stan. I can argue Whitebeard is probably one of the most epic characters in all of anime. Just how everything went down in Marineford, Whitebeard is a fucking legend. But that's not why I'm saying this. I'm saying this because it's fact. What am I saying? I'm saying that Whitebeard is probably more than likely the strongest man to ever walk the face of the earth. In One Piece, of course, including Gold Roger. Now I know there are people that are ready, just absolutely ready to destroy that dislike button. But guys, just hear me out. So just like the video for now. You know, if you don't agree with my explanation at the end, shit, still like the video. The fuck, you got that far? But anyway, I'm going to try to break down why I think Whitebeard is the strongest man ever. Period. Point blank. Period. It's a lot of things we can reference, right? And some of it is from the Vivre cards that Oda released as like a separate thing from the manga where he gave us some more information on Whitebeard. And some of it is just directly from the manga. And I know, guys, I understand that Gold Roger or Gold D Roger, he was the Pirate King. And for the most part, people have that as saying Roger was the actual strongest, but that's not really what it means. Like, I know being a Yonko doesn't necessarily mean you're the strongest either, but you're one of the greatest pirates, but I don't think you can become a Yonko on accident. Or by accident. I mean, that's how Luffy did it, but he's not even acknowledged by his peers, so he's creditless. However, to be a Yonko, I think it's a certain level of strength that has to be achieved. But that's even besides the point. Whitebeard, we know, was obviously Yonko level. The argument here is him being Pirate King level, and that's confirmed. The official translations in the beginning of One Piece, it was wonky because they had changed over, I think around 500s or something around there, and the translations got better. But in chapter 100, in the quote-unquote official translations, Buggy said that Whitebeard was the only man to fight Roger and live. Obviously, that's not true. He fought Shiki and he lived. He fought Garp and he lived. So it's just wonky translations there, so it's hard to even use that as a reference. Regardless, we know that Whitebeard was on Roger's level because they said that Whitebeard was the closest to the One Piece after Roger died. So then why the hell do I think Whitebeard is stronger than Roger? It's a lot of context I can use here. It's a lot of situations I can bring up. And again, because we don't know anything about Goldie Roger, it's hard to even scale it. But let's say we work backwards. Let's start at Whitebeard's death. The man died standing up. And just look at the gauntlet that he went through at Marineford and the opposition that he was facing. He was literally taking on the world government by himself. And dare I say, he did pretty well for a sick old man. Now, it's hard to scale these things because we know hockey was not prevalent pre-time skip, but Whitebeard, how he performed, is nothing less than an A. He had to face all three admirals. He was at a clear disadvantage going to Marineford. And again, he fucking died standing up. Blackbeard's entire crew attacked this man and he still didn't fall. Had an epic speech after the fact. Whitebeard, just durability wise, I don't think there's anybody that can compare, or let's just say endurance, because he was still getting damaged at that point. Because I think in his prime he's probably a lot more durable, right? But Squad was able to stab him. But I think at that point, just the sheer endurance of what he went through, like he got pummeled by a Kainu, half his head was taken off, and again he got stabbed by Squad. Man, this guy was phenomenal, and this is him at 72, sick. So one can only imagine how he was in his prime. So again, it's hard to scale Whitebeard against Gold Roger because he was the Pirate King. But the Pirate King, it was achieved from him finding the One Piece. I know people were saying that the One Piece is something Roger created or it's something that Roger left a legacy behind. I think Roger added to the One Piece, but in his Vivre card, it said that it's confirmed that he found something. Something was already there. And really kind of attested to this, saying that we found something, but maybe once you guys find it, you will come to a different conclusion. So I think whatever it is they found, they knew they couldn't do anything with it, so they're waiting for somebody else to find it because maybe they have a different answer or a different solution to whatever the problem was. Because Roger, by the time he found the One Piece, he was sick, so there's only so much he could accomplish in that short of time, and maybe he knew whatever needed to be accomplished, he didn't have the power to do so. Tangent, but related. Let's try to break it down a little more. As far as hockey wise, there's no way to tell who had stronger hockey. Like, we literally don't don't know how strong Luffy's haki is now, and he's the main character. So haki-wise, you just have to put them on the same level. You just have to say those guys, they have the same level of haki. Maybe you can give Roger an edge because we're presuming he doesn't have a devil fruit. Personally, I think Roger has a devil fruit because him being the king of the pirates without a devil fruit, it'd be kind of crazy. I know I stand Shanks, and I think Shanks is probably the strongest Yonko right now without a devil fruit. So that doesn't make sense, really. But still, I just believe Roger had a devil fruit. Like how he got rid of Shiki in the B.D.A war, like just how the hell did he do that? Personally, I think he had a devil fruit. I mean, you guys are inclined to disagree like you normally do, but I just think he had a devil fruit. I know people are saying that Shanks is probably inspired by Roger. That's why he doesn't have a devil fruit, but I don't know. I think that's kind of a stretch to say that. We know for a fact Whitebeard has the strongest or the most powerful devil fruit in One Piece, or rather the most powerful Paramecia devil fruit. Blackbeard has the strongest Logia, and Kaido more than likely has the strongest Zoan. One thing is we don't know if Roger had Blackbeard's fruit back in the day. Like we have no idea if that was his devil fruit. People were saying that maybe Roger had Luffy's devil fruit. Now listen, if Luffy has Roger's hat and devil fruit, I'm gonna lose my shit. Regardless, we know Whitebeard literally had the power or the strength to destroy the world. That's what Sengoku said. That was confirmed. And of course, with the power that he had, the Gurugura no Mi, it's overwhelming. It can be used with attack. It can be used to defend. It's a multifaceted fruit. The DC is probably the best in One Piece. And Whitebeard being a physical monster in which he was throwing giants around like Q-tips, and when he had the opportunity to was manhandling admirals. Granted, there's some context there. I think it's fair to say that it's hard to picture anyone being above what the prime of Whitebeard is or was. So let's go even further than that. Let's try to disregard all of the feats we saw at Marineford, because we know Whitebeard at that point was old and sick, and even all the things he did, because it would be amplified if he was in his prime and younger. Let's talk about just the scenario. Roger back then, he became the Pirate King. You know, Whitebeard was not interested. In Chapter 0, or One Piece Chapter 565.5, this was for promotion of Strong World, where Oda gave us a glimpse into the past. And after the Ed War, and after Shiki got arrested, and after he escaped, he went to Whitebeard, and he tried to team up with Whitebeard. Remember at the Ed War, that whole battle was because Roger refused to team up with Shiki. And because Roger refused, Shiki attacked him. So Shiki now goes to Whitebeard after Roger is dead, and says, hey, it's your time now. And then he says, hey, team up. And Whitebeard says, I'll overthrow you. Basically, don't talk to me about mess like that. And he says, well, I'm happy you haven't changed, but I'm gonna disappear for a while because I have something planned. No mention of attacking Whitebeard. Like Shiki did not want those problems. Like he was cowering to Whitebeard. Like he would not attack Whitebeard. All he said was he was going to disappear. Now I'm not saying that he was scared of Whitebeard, but I think Whitebeard presented probably like a threat level that he was like, you know what, it's probably not worth it fighting this dude. With Roger, he had all his ships and he felt like he had the advantage. With Whitebeard, it was just him. So it's kind of skewed there, and I'm using it in my favor a little bit. But regardless, he didn't attack Whitebeard. We couldn't see all the people that were around him. And at that point, Shiki had escaped. His crew had probably disbanded. It's a lot of logistics there, but regardless, the point still stands. He didn't attack Whitebeard, right? And Whitebeard was just there sitting, chilling, just drinking. If you want to make more of a case for Whitebeard, because, you know, I don't mean to disrespect Roger at all. Making more of a case for Whitebeard, it goes towards the crew members. Roger's crew seems to have been clearly the best crew. Rayleigh continuously gets a lot of hype. And for the people that hype up Rayleigh, I'm not mad at you for doing that. But you can't hype up Rayleigh and then hype up Roger as well. What I mean is having someone like Rayleigh on your crew. And if you're going to say Rayleigh was Yonko level, that's what a lot of people speculate him to be. Yonko level in his prime. How much credence do you give to Roger becoming the Pirate King if he has 2 Yonkos on his crew when no one else did? Because again, Roger's era was after the Rocks Pirates. Whitebeard didn't have another Yonko on his crew. Well, I speculate that Whitebeard's commander was someone that strong, but that's speculation, not confirmed at all. There's nobody else that we know of that was Yonko level on his crew. There's no way that you're telling me Marco was Yonko level, because even back then, no way. Jozu, Vista, and Whitebeard stood toe to toe with Roger. So you're telling me if you have 2 Yonkos on your crew, you still can't beat or defeat Whitebeard? Well, we know Roger's goal. Roger was similar to Luffy in the fact that his goal was freedom. He hated people ruling the seas, which is an interesting thought because literally that's what the Yonko system is. I wonder how Roger would be in today's Yonko world, in which people literally have territory in which they rule certain parts of the seas. So in a way, Roger's proclamation and his sacrifice to create a new era, the Great Age of Piracy, it worked because people are actively trying to find a One Piece, but it kind of created something that he hated. It created so many pirates that you had to create a system in which these pirates could coexist, so then therefore you have pirates ruling different areas of the sea. Just something I just thought about. But regardless, Roger's crew was the best crew. Like I said, we have Roger, really. We haven't met Scopper, we expect him to be really strong. Odin, I'm not sure if Oda's gonna make Douglas Bullet canon. I don't know if you can count Shanks back then, but having someone of that potential who's now a Yonko, Roger's crew is insane. And Whitebeard's crew doesn't hold a candle to Roger's crew. Like it's no competition, but he stood toe to toe with Roger. Of course, Whitebeard's strength, his physical strength is so overwhelming. It's like he can be the linchpin of his crew, right? Because he has a wide area of effect. Having the earthquake fruit, and can you imagine having a battle on the seas versus Whitebeard? Normally you're going to lose. Another point against Roger and why we shouldn't use the Pirate King level as really a thing. I understand using it as like a sign of respect to say that Roger and Whitebeard were a step or a slight step above the other Yonko, and it's, you know, purely respect, right? But they could be a bit stronger. But Roger, we know for a fact, did not fight Big Mom. People are saying, well, he may have fought Big Mom later. No, the interactions with Big Mom, or the interaction with Big Mom, was that he slipped away from her, but he came in and stole what he wanted and slipped away, similar to what Luffy did when he went to Whole Cake Island. For someone that's all powerful and declared the Pirate King, why would you have to do that against someone like Big Mom? Because Big Mom is pretty fucking powerful herself. So that's why I don't feel like we should use that as a barometer, because Whitebeard was respected by Big Mom. Big Mom even gave Whitebeard a leg up by saying, I could defeat Shanks, Kaido, all the other Yonko if I had gotten the giants, even Whitebeard, placing him on a pedestal and a level by himself. Again, respect factors into it, but they're close to the same age. Big Mom is 68 now, right? Whitebeard would be 74. So there are a lot of things there indicating why Whitebeard was more than likely a bit stronger than Roger. I think they're on the same level, but if 1v1, if I had to place my bet, I'm taking Oyaji. Now the final nail in the coffin, and this is from the Vivre card, so take this for what it's worth, because it's official. We actually find out that Whitebeard attained the title of strongest in the world well before the Great Age of the Pirates. It said he had an immense power and an ability that could destroy the world. And Arthur gives some context saying, keep in mind, it only refers to his title. It doesn't necessarily mean in terms of power level. Take it as you will. Now, for me, titles matter a lot. Of course, context is important because titles matter until they're taken away. Whitebeard was the strongest in the world, the strongest man in the verse until Marineford, where it was proven that he wasn't. But for him to attain this title well before the Great Age of the Pirates, meaning while Roger was alive, Whitebeard was deemed the strongest in the world. While he was alive, Roger was deemed the Pirate King, but for Whitebeard, he was recognized and acknowledged as the strongest in the world. So, guys, for me, personally, you don't have to agree. I just want you to understand my perspective. This is the side I'm on, the side of Whitebeard, saying that he was the strongest pirate ever, period. Is he bolstered by having the strongest paramecia? Yes, but hey, he had the strongest paramecia. It is what it is. Roger clearly had the strongest crew. But, I mean, that's it. That's my argument for Whitebeard being the strongest ever. And it's funny that the Kaido title, all that came about after the death of Whitebeard, the strongest thing in the verse. But we all know Kaido wasn't messing with Whitebeard. It is what it is. Guys, leave your thoughts below. What do you think? Do you still think Gold Roger was stronger than Whitebeard? Do you really think that? If you do, I'm not mad at it because he was the Pirate King. Again, that's not a power level, but to become that and to be respected as that, he's the most accomplished pirate. Doesn't necessarily mean he's the strongest. But leave your thoughts below. Make sure to like the video and subscribe, because that helps. Follow me on Twitter at BragoDAce. Follow me on Instagram if you'd like to contact me. That's probably the best way, BragoD.ace. Check out the Discord in the link down below. We have several discussions all the time about One Piece in there, different channels in which you can talk about One Piece, even different series. It's a poppin' Discord. So many people in there. It's a fun time. Just make sure your hockey is strong. Shout out to my patrons as well. I appreciate you guys so much. Like the video, be sure to subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.